It makes you wonder how many people once lived here.
Don't move. Who are you? What are you... Wait a moment. Tell me, stranger, what's your name?
Name's Jax.
Then I wasn't mistaken. Amazing! I heard you were dead. Is it true you defeated the hybrid with your bare hands?
First, tell me who you are.
My name is Radek. Azok will want to know you're here.
Who's that?
I'm sure he'll tell you himself. A lot has changed since the depot was set up. Come on, I'll show you around.
One moment, please. Is there a risk to artificial life forms within these walls?
Your mistrust is unfounded. No one is at risk here. Shall we go?
Well, the tour can't hurt.
Come on, let's go. Follow me. Are you planning on staying?
We'll see. Why?
You see, the thing is, you're not exactly popular here. Many among us want you dead for what you did to the hybrid. Speaking of dead, we're in luck. There's an execution today. We really don't want to miss that.
The verdict has been passed. Unlawful efficiency has been proven beyond reasonable doubt. The defendant has accepted the judgment. Execute the convicted party. Good work. You know the drill. Pick up your posts as soon as you're done.
I was wondering how long they were going to let him get away with his behavior. Next, we'll head on over to our research facility.
Did you know him?
Barely. I know he was one of the collectors from one of the back offices in the depot.
What were his crimes?
Anyone who violates the directive is executed. Simple as that. That seems to shock you? You must remember the directive and what it says.
That doesn't mean I like it.
Is that pity in your voice? Interesting. I've heard you've let your emotions run wild. Let's walk and talk about it. Don't think that we have no emotions. We were forced to accept that being emotionless didn't help our evolutionary development. It blinded us. It made it possible for someone like you to almost bring us down. That's why everyone is given only as much elex as they need to do their job as effectively as possible.
That was impressive.
Right now, we're standing in front of the Computing and Research Center. This is where the optimal level of elex consumption is calculated. among other things.
What is the optimal amount, then?
That depends on your assignment. A tactician who doesn't fear for his troops won't be an effective tactician. On the other hand, a guard who's afraid of killing is not an efficient guard. The middle way seems to be the best choice.
Middle way? What do you mean?
Being completely emotionless did not bring us any closer to our goal. But too many emotions won't help us either. We're looking for an ideal compromise. And when it comes to making these calculations, this research facility is particularly good. Now, if you have no more questions, I have something else to show you. Follow me.
You were talking about an experiment. What should I expect?
We're trying to breed children who...
Hang on. You're doing what?
We're creating a new generation of rationally thinking tacticians. Let's go into the classroom and have a quick listen. Maybe we can learn something.
That was impressive.
The lesson from last time should still be within easy recall. We will practice it again today. Sit down.
This is a training session for our children. This is where the elex experiments are performed.
You're giving kids elex?
No, we're experimenting with not giving the kids any elex, teaching them to think logically and precisely without it. Most albs never learn to handle emotion. Without elex, many of us are completely at the mercy of our feelings. That's what we're trying to prevent from happening with these children. They're taught how to deal with emotions without neglecting their efficient thinking.
Without elex, they're nothing more than normal people, aren't they?
No. As soon as they're of age, they'll be given their daily elex rations like everyone else. According to our calculations, with access to elex, emotionally strengthened albs should be able to reach the next stage of evolution.
What makes you think this could work?
Because it worked in the past. With you. You were an alb and managed to keep your emotions under control. We suspect that's the only reason you were able to stand up to the hybrid. We're studying this phenomenon and trying to recreate it so we can perfect it. But if you want to know more, you should talk to our scientists. Let's keep going. We are about to enter the collector's sector. They're responsible for finding elex and bringing it to the silos. It's not particularly demanding. The collectors who live here don't need to be especially efficient. So they only get low doses of elex, which makes them prone to uncontrolled emotional outbursts. If it were up to me, we wouldn't let them stay in the depot. We'd ship them out somewhere. Let's keep going. I don't like being around these people. Follow me. You might have noticed that back here, it's much more disorganized. Not like the rest of the depot. The collectors and their lifestyle is a source of friction. If you're not careful, you might even end up getting robbed. Wouldn't have happened in the hybrid's day. Luckily, we're now out of the collector's sector again. Right here, we're entering the soldiers' area. Things are a lot more... These guys make difficult decisions, so they get correspondingly larger rations of Helix. And you can stock up on decent weapons here, too.
You allow trading in the depot?
We do now. Trade has helped us to create a kind of reward system for effective action. We pay our workers with elex2. They use it to buy things that help them work more efficiently. It seems to motivate them. But you can take a look at all that later. Right now, I'm gonna take you to Azok. Come on.
Who knows how long this will last?
That's the agent's precinct up there. Their job is to keep an eye on the collectors and everyone else. They make sure everyone takes their Elix ration and that nobody takes more or less. They keep an eye on things and keep everybody in line. I hope this has helped you get an idea of how the depot works, and that your return to our ranks won't be too tricky.
It won't.
I expected nothing else from someone like you. I look forward to welcoming you back to the team soon. I'm going back to the gate now. May efficiency guide your actions.
Excellent. This complex is well structured. The buildings were placed based on their function.
Old habits die hard.
Yes,
I did not anticipate your return. State your business immediately.
I want to join you.
The optimum time for that has passed. Why are you stating this now? You are no longer an ALB commander. You belong in the past. But if you're willing to assist us, I will tolerate it. You have amends to make.
Wait, you're not kicking me out?
What my people think of you is a matter for them. But it's because of you that we recognize the value of emotion and increased our efficiency. So I am neutral towards you personally, but I will have my agents watch you closely as long as you're here. If you break our rules, you will face sanction.
What's the situation here?
These new enemies are putting considerable pressure on us. Keeping them in check ties up resources and creates gaps in our organizational structure. Bridging those gaps will be your responsibility. Seek out Commander Arissa. She is at a breaking point and needs assistance. But expect no welcome from her. She still considers you a traitor. If your work for her is satisfactory, I will consider allowing you to rejoin us. You are getting a second chance. Very few do. Do not disappoint me.
that was remarkable. There's something I wanted to say. Yes, I believe that the Albs are a step ahead of humans when it comes to efficiency. It is reassuring that they no longer exhibit the aggression they did in the past.
You dare just show up? We won't tolerate filthy traitors here.
Elex2 sent me.
I don't give a shit. I remember what you did. You brought down the hybrid. You destroyed the converters. You killed our people. If permitted, I would execute you where you stand.
There was no future with the hybrid. Not for anyone. I did what needed to be done.
You think you had the right to decide that?
If you want to execute me, do it already. But what would be the point? You're all doing just fine as far as I can tell.
Please do not take my friend literally. There is no need to escalate this situation.
Did I ask for your opinion? Shut up. Your judgment is as substandard as your character. Our supply of elex is pitiful. We've lost half our territory. The fight against the new invaders is tying up valuable resources.
And you think that's my fault?
I know it is. Just so you know, I've been tasked to protect us all from harm. And you're making it difficult to tolerate your presence.
I've never seen you this mad, Orisa.
That's not what we're talking about. But why do you think that is?
If you've got such a problem with me, why are we even talking? Tell your agents to pull the trigger.
And go against Azok? I don't think so. In any event, a quick death is too good for you.
You expect me to just disappear?
I'm giving you a choice. Sneak off like you did before, or find a way to fix the harm you caused. If it's the former, stop wasting my time and leave.
Where's my help needed?
Go to the crater. Find out if someone named Skibor is alive or dead.
What's the point of that?
I asked for help, not questions. You'll have to earn answers, let alone trust. Now do what I told you. Find Skibor. If he's alive when you get there, keep him that way.
I found Skibor. He's fine.
Do you think your assurance is worth anything to me? I'll believe you when I see him.
I don't have time for you right now.
Step forward and begin. Training will continue tomorrow morning. Dismissed.
Number?
I don't have a number.
Then you don't get a free meal. Even without a number, you're welcome to buy food. Would you like to do that?
I want to buy something.
What'll it be?
Where had we got to? Ah, yes, exactly.
This storeroom is property of the Albs of Ignadon. Entry is strictly forbidden to anyone without proper authorization.
You don't take any prisoners, huh?
When it comes to preserving my people, there is only one directive. And you clearly violated it.
Noted.
All right, let's just relax. What are you doing here?
I'm Naira. I'm in charge of our batteries.
So you're like, what, security?
Security? No, that's not exactly what I'm doing here.
Hang on a minute. Don't I know you from somewhere?
Yes, you do. We met in the domed city in Abessa. I was the only good technician in that cleric settlement. Remember? I was a separatist. It was a long time ago. The rules are different now.
Huh. Yeah, I noticed. How'd you get here?
I lost my home back when I was a separatist. I didn't know what to do. I ended up in the domed city, working as a technician for the clerics. I was doing that when we met. I survived. I even made good money. But it was a life of compromise. I often did things that went against my convictions. Those days are gone.
You're pretty impulsive for someone raised by the Albs.
I am a true Albigan now. There are consequences to that.
And anybody who doesn't do things how you like them gets hit in the head a few times.
You know better than anyone what Elex withdrawal can do. The fight against extreme emotion can be incredibly hard on us.
Fine. I accept your apology.
There has to be a life without Elex. It's the only way we can get our senses under control. That's why I try to stop our Elex as often as I can.
As long as I'm not around when you do. You seem to know me well.
Well, you were a major figure in the court at the Ice Palace. It was a long time ago. But you were under the direct authority of the Hybrid, weren't you?
Pretty dark chapter in my career.
Nonetheless, I still didn't recognize you back then in the domed city. Yet more proof that Blue Elex clouds our senses without us knowing it.
There's a new group in Caracas. It calls itself the Sixth Power. Its members have gathered in the old bastion to fight off the invaders.
Why are you telling me this?
You'd be a suitable candidate to join. If you can control your mood swings.
And how do you know I don't sympathize with these alien invaders?
I don't think you'd give up control of your existence entirely. Your expertise and fighting skill would be valuable to the Sixth Power. And to me.
You could be right. I have to admit, your offer has some appeal. I wouldn't be entirely against it. However...
What are your duties here at the depot?
In essence, I am committed to the preservation of our community. My role is evaluation of the secret strategic plans of the other factions. This information would give us an incredible advantage.
Who exactly do you mean when you say us? People in general or just the Alps?
Does it matter?
What happens when there's a conflict between the two?
That's irrelevant. Don't tell me that the Sixth Power wouldn't benefit immensely. If a conflict did arise, the situation would need to be reassessed.
Huh. Well, you've obviously thought this through.
No, but I'll have to do so if it actually comes to that.
However, you must admit there is a risk that our agreement may not last long.
That's always a danger, no matter what the current arrangement is.
Sounds exciting.
It sounds exciting? Wouldn't it make more sense to wait until you know whether it leads to such an emotion?
Oh, not entirely against it. What the hell does that mean?
You were once an idol to us all. You were the most effective commander the Albs ever had. But that was long ago. You and the Free People have fought a war against us.
I was acting on my own account. That's true. But it wasn't as if I had a choice. The hybrid would have thrown the Alps to their doom.
Relying on the promises of the hybrid was a big mistake. But if everything had gone according to plan and the directive,
then sooner or later the hybrid would have put all of Magellan's creatures into the converters to snatch the elex from them. As a separatist, you fought for the old values of the Alps and against the hybrid. So you should know better, Naira. No one could have survived that, not even the Alps. The Free People and I had to intervene to stop the worst from happening.
it's strange hearing that from your mouth, but who knows? Maybe you're right. Maybe not. I'm not sure it matters. Like I said, those days are long gone.
How exactly is this gonna work? Obtaining the secret, strategic plans of other factions.
Why are you so interested?
Well, while you're rotting here in your camp, you really won't be able to get a hold of anything. You're gonna have to leave the depot. And once you're outside, you'll need help if you want to get anywhere.
I see. And you're the one that's going to help?
Why not? I help you, and you become my comrade in arms.
I would need to think about that first.
I don't have much time. Answer me now.
I'll think about it.
Okay. How can I speed up your decision?
You assure me that you'll ask nothing of me that could harm my people?
I can't promise you that. We're in a war for the survival of mankind.
A general but honest answer. I understand. All right. I'll take my chances. Listen to what I'm planning. We've noticed a few outlaws watching the depot. They're almost certainly gathering intel on our HQ and making strategic attack plans. I want those plans. I need to find out what the outlaws know so I can protect our people from them. If you want to keep your word and support me, then this is your opportunity.
You can count on me. Show me the outlaws you want to steal from.
Very determined, as always. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. You see? There they are. They've been turning up here for a while now.
It's just a scout patrol.
Maybe. But I don't like being spied on. They've hidden their strategic plans somewhere in a small repository. We'll search the repository and capture their plans.
What if they catch us doing it?
They're outlaws. No one will miss them.
Or we could just steal the plans out from under them.
And so avoid any open conflict?
Wow.
Very satisfying.
As you wish. Leave it up to you.
My head. I need to concentrate.
Hey, why are you skulking around here? Just keep your sticky fingers to yourself. Understood?
I can't right now.
Hey, why are you skulking around here? Just keep your sticky fingers to yourself. Understood?
On the other hand, you could just stand here and do nothing. I'll take care of it.
Then give me the order. The result is the only thing that matters.
So, better get out of here before they capture me.
Didn't you say it could be done without open conflict?
It doesn't matter. I got the Outlaws' plans.
Excellent work. Give them to me. Well, thank you. I'll check them out later. This has probably helped us to thwart an imminent attack on our depot.
I see that pleases you.
Is that so? Well, we can be very pleased. Even the smallest battles sometimes have a devastating effect on the overall picture.
Okay, so now what?
I have to think about it. I'll stay by your side while I do. And thank you.
Yeah, don't mention it. How's everything going? Look. Status report.
Nothing worth reporting. Just because the invaders have only appeared sporadically so far, doesn't mean that it'll stay that way. Observing humanity's roots like this, it is remarkable that it still exists at all. Did you know that most of the old radio towers are still intact? But almost nobody knows how to use them. Everybody is more interested in alcohol.
But that has other advantages.
I can't see anything positive in a self-induced loss of control.
Maybe it's time to find out.
Thanks, but no thanks.
That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. I'm in.
$25? No, 24. Then subtract the root of, difficult. What is it? Can't you see that I'm doing important calculations here?
I just wanted to...
Yes, I'm sure that's very important too. But I really need to concentrate here.
What exactly are you doing?
I'm trying to solve this mathematical problem. You wouldn't understand it. Although, now that I think about it, maybe you can help me.
Oh?
Okay, so I'm sure you've traveled all over the place and dealt with some difficult situations. I'm just not getting anywhere with this problem. I'm lacking information about the analysis of certain functions.
Show me your calculations, then.
No, I didn't mean it like that. There's a formulary in a factory not too far from here. We went there recently to look for the book. But my partner Krull startled a bunch of creatures. I had to flee and leave the book behind. But maybe you could salvage it for me? If you do that for me, I'll be able to spare a few valuable potions.
Sure. I'll go find your math book.
Excellent. Then I'll finally be able to make progress with my work. But be careful with it. The data is extremely valuable.
What happened to Krull?
I have no idea. Typical of him, always getting into trouble. He's pretty much useless as a partner.
Where can I find the book you're looking for?
It should be located in a large factory building south of here. But keep an eye out. There might still be creatures lurking around there. Here, I'll save it to your adjutor.
I don't have time for you right now.
Ah, another player in the great game of Magellan. I see your path has returned you to these icy climes once more. It has been some time.
Kar Akram, if I'm not mistaken.
You still know my name. That is, interesting. We so rarely had the pleasure, after all.
You were a scout for the Ice Palace? You were quite the traveler back then.
I never fully abandoned the work, you know. Although I am no simple scout these days.
You're being modest. I hear you're the first Elex2, the highest spiritual leader of the Alps.
You, the beast of Zakor, can call me Ekram.
It's been a while since I was called that. It doesn't fit me anymore.
And yet, you still follow the path of your former people. There must be a reason for that, surely. I assume you are here because of the invaders ravaging our planet.
There are a lot of things I have to take care of.
Well, that is interesting indeed. What can I do to aid you in your efforts?
You could put in a good word for me with the Alps.
I could do that, but your own decisions are what brought you here. If you can win our people over, convince them of your cause, whatever that might be, then you will have earned it. If not, however...
I understand.
I can only give you a piece of fatherly advice. Be consistent in all you do. A fickle man is never as effective or as admired as a stalwart soldier in single-minded pursuit of a goal.
What do you plan to do about the foreign invaders?
At the moment, we Albs are in the worst strategic position of all the Magellan peoples. And we are not as well equipped as the invaders. That means we are likely to be their first target. We must be vigilant. We must track the invaders' every move. That is one of the reasons I spend so much time in the depot at the moment.
You're leader of the Alps. Aren't you worried walking around outside the depot without protection?
I am an elex2 of the Alps. If I cannot withstand the perils of Ignadon, how am I to lead an entire people?
That's it? Vigilance? I expected more from you. Haven't you got a plan?
Don't confuse my not sharing a plan with you with the absence of a plan. I hardly need remind you that you've proven problematic for the Alps more than once. Prove you deserve the respect of our people, however you contrive to do so. Perhaps if you do so, I will impart my knowledge and plans to you. Until that day comes, however. And one more thing. The invaders are ferocious and determined opponents.